If you come into a man's life and you feel like you got to compete with his mother for his attention, his time, his priority, that is not a relationship for you. Some men are still emotionally dependent on their mothers. And those mama's boys ain't ready to be husbands, ain't ready to protect and provide for you, to prioritize you, to look after your needs because they're too preoccupied with trying to satisfy their damn mother. The Bible talks about how a man will leave his mother and his father and stick with his wife. What I look like having my spiritual threefold core, my soulmate, competing with my mother for my attention. If this man is a mama's boy, he ain't ready to be your husband. He got to divorce himself from his mama first. Just like you can't date a married man, you cannot date a man that's married to his mother emotionally. Everything they do is to please their mother, and you're secondary. You cannot have a healthy, functional relationship with a man that's supposed to be your leader if he's still following his mother. I don't see how y'all put up with like this.
Girl, his family do not mess with you. But it's okay. You're not alone. You're not the only one. There's a lot of us who have gone through that same situation where we have been with a man, maybe a boyfriend, husband, been in a relationship, and we have dealt with situations where maybe the mom doesn't like us, the sisters doesn't like us, maybe the family as a whole doesn't like us, the dad, the cousins, whoever. You are not alone. You are not the only one who has been in a relationship and had to deal with that type of situation. So in today's video, we are going to see the different signs on how you know that his family, not only do they not like you, but also we'll get advice on how to manage it. So let's check it out.
Some of y'all wondering why that lady don't like you. You wondering, why does my son's grandmother not like me? Why does my man's mom don't like me? Since I met her, I've been respectful. I came in her house respectful. I'm kind to her. I'm good to her son. I'm a great mother to her grandson. Why does this lady not like me? Let me tell you, she don't like you because you trying to show her son something different than what she raised him up in. You have expectations and standards for her son that she didn't never have for him. And she's offended with the fact that you trying to show her son a different life, a different way to do shit than she did. That's what it is. You have a lot of mothers out here who have raised their sons to be disabled. Got their sons out here still depending on them in their mid-20s, early 30s to fill out job applications, to help them pay their bills, to make all kinds of decisions. And they'll be walking around talking about, my son still need this. They love it. They love for their sons to be needy. So when they get a woman in their life that's like, oh, you know, I can help him do that, but more importantly, I'm going to tell him that he needs to learn it to do it himself, they can't stand that. It's like when I've seen some mothers talk about their daughters-in-law or their, you know, she got that house. She the one that won that house, got that man paying all them bills. She the one that's mad at their sons' women for having some damn expectations. But this is what'll really get you. A lot of times these women don't like you because you don't need them. They will like that ratchet baby's mother that is dependent on them, that they had to buy a crib for and everything. They will like her more than they will like the children's mothers that just need them to be a grandmother. I don't need you to help take care of my son. I just need you to be, they can't stand you because a lot of these mothers have a need to be needed, which is why they've disabled their children. They don't know what their life is without their sons calling and needing something from them, without them having to be able to say, I had to help my son do this. When you come in and now he's depending on you or now you're his partner, they are offended by that. And if you are the type of woman that's like, oh no, I don't need you to do this. I never forget when I lived with my son's father and his mother would literally try to call us every month like, did y'all pay the electricity bill? Did y'all? Mind you, my mother ain't checked for me since I was 17, 18 years old. So I was like, whoa. I don't need you. Mind you, I was 35 when I had my son. So I'm literally like, I don't need you to remind me to pay my bills. We good. And because of that and other things, I'm telling you, I've never found favor with this woman. I had a baby shower and I had 2 baby showers, one where I'm from and the second down here with his family. And when she saw all the things that my family gave me, she literally told me, I'm taking back everything I gave you. And she did. She took it all back. Why? Because I didn't. It was like, oh, you don't need me. With her other, they were much younger. They needed her in a different way than I did. And she's always resented me because I don't need her that way. And because of that, she also doesn't always treat my son that great or make him a priority or anything like that. Because it's like, he got his mama. So let me tell you, some of these mothers, they're not going to like you unless you dumb yourself down, unless you act like you need them and you going to just defer everything to them. But if you are your own woman and you out here living your life and you just truly need them to be a grandparent and that's it, you're going to have some problems in these streets with them, with these type of mothers. Not all of them, but these type of narcissistic, needy mothers that raise their sons to be dependent on them.
She spoke a word.
Your mother-in-law is a narcissist and she does not like you. Now, ladies, a lot of y'all are confused. You think just because you meet a man's mother for the very first time and she smiles and she appears to be inviting and welcoming and she goes to church every Sunday, she might even be a minister. A lot of y'all get thrown off and think, oh, it's a good sign and you're in there, you're good with the family. But oh no, his mama is a master manipulator. And I'm going to break down the 3 signs that you could tell she doesn't like you, even though she smiles in your face and she pretends to like you. Reason number 1 is you are tapping into her money. And when I say her money, I mean her son. Now that he has a new girlfriend, a new woman in his life, he's going to be spending his money on you and a lot of time on you. And his mother will be envious of that. But she has to play cool. She can't act that way in the beginning. She's got to act fake. She's got to act like she's happy for her son. She's got to play these mind games with her son to act like she supports him. She doesn't want to look like a hater. So that's why in the beginning, she's going to act like she's so happy that her son is happy and in love. But low key, she's fucking pissed that you are taking her money away from her. Her son's money belongs to her in her eyes. Even though he works hard for his money, she feels entitled to it, and you're a fucking threat. Reason number 2, you are physically attractive. You are gorgeous. You are beautiful. And his mama has low self-esteem. She's going to be envious of your beauty alone. And if she is dealing with a man, she might even still be married. And, she's going to think that her man wants you or you want her man or the men in the family. Okay, that's her insecurities. And even if he introduces you to the other women in the family, they're going to feel attacked when you come around because their men are going to be looking you up and down and sizing you up and down because you look good as hell. So his mama is threatened by your beauty because she's old, wrinkly, and fucked through and ran through and don't nobody want her raggedy ass. Reason number 3 is you remind her of her fucking failures. That's right. She failed as a woman because she married a fucking cheater or she got with a cheater. She was a side chick. Men have done nothing but dog her ass her entire life. And you come around and you have self-respect and you hold her son accountable. You won't allow her son to disrespect you. She will be jealous of that. You remind her of her failures. You are the total opposite of her. That's why she stays cool with all his toxic exes because they're all cut from the same cloth.
Hey, that lady was funny, but she ain't never lied. Yeah, I'm a hairstylist. Well, I used to be a hairstylist. And I'm going to be honest, some of my clients was those toxic mothers. I'm going to just be honest, just hearing what they were saying about their sons and everything. Yeah, next video.
Say, when you are dating someone or married to someone and their family, your spouse's family, you consider them family, brother-in-law, sister-in-law, his cousins become your family, his father becomes your father-in-law, and you all are like family. But as soon as you're not with that person anymore, their family will turn on you with the quickest. They will turn and act like you're the worst person in the world, and that, you know, we're not family anymore because you're not with him. But you could have been with this person for years, and all of a sudden switch, and they will act like you don't even exist. So always remember, when you're dating someone, or remember when you're like even married, that could be a possibility. That's just how the game goes.
I want to touch on that real quick. She ain't never lied. That is very true. When you're with somebody, they're like, oh, hey, cuz, hey, sis. And then as soon as you and that person split up, it's true. It's like you didn't even exist. And some of them, they're phony anyways, because that man could be cheating on you and bring that other girl around while y'all together, and they'll still be smiling in your face. So that's why, to be honest, I'm very cautious when it comes to when I'm in a relationship with somebody and the type of relationship I keep with their family. Stuff like that is the reason why I really, like, I don't get too close with the family. I'm cordial, I'm sweet, I'm nice to everyone, I'm respectful towards everyone, but at the same time, I'm not about to be calling them every day or anything like that, because I have my own family. Like, I would love, like, in a perfect world, I would love to be able to be with someone and be close to their family and really be close with them like how I would be with my family. But no, it don't work like that. Especially when you're dealing with women. The men, from my experiences, the men are kind of okay, but it's the women. And the crazy thing is, they judge you so harshly. And what's funny about that is, those women, the same women who judge you, they go through a lot of the same things that you go through, even if not, maybe worse. So it's crazy to me how they look down on you, treat you bad, act funny towards you, and everything like that. And they know exactly how it feels to be treated like that, but they still do it. Anyways, next video.
If his mama don't like you, you ain't gonna be able to talk to him, because his mama gonna make your life a living hell. That's her man. She take care of him. He stay with his mama, and mama don't want to be alone, and his mama reminds him of his daddy. So when you take her son away from the house and marry him and move away, she feel like you taking a man. That's the only man she got in her life, and she gonna make sure she keep him in the house. Facts.
If you're involved with someone and his family doesn't like you, you're not going to make it. If his sisters, his brothers, his mother, his father, or the entire family doesn't like you, you're not going to make it as a couple. I'm not saying the reason you're not going to make it as a couple is because of his family. What I am saying is that any couple needs the support of the entire family in order for your relationship to flourish. I would have still divorced my ex-husband, but the fact that his family did not like me did not help matters. And this is what they would do. They would wait until the 11th hour for us to find out there was a party, a celebration, a dinner, anything, any event in the family. We always found out the very day that it was happening. And they did that just to tick me off. And it's water under the bridge now, but any couple faces all kinds of odds when they first get married. And if there's no support from the entire family, that marriage is doomed. And the likelihood that your relationship would fail doubles if his mother doesn't like you.
Toxic mother-in-laws or insecure mother-in-laws don't realize about their daughter-in-laws is that your daughter-in-law is the one that's reminding your son to call you. Your toxic daughter-in-law is the one that reminds your son of your birthday. Your toxic daughter-in-law is the one that reminds your son to take care of you and to visit you. In fact, your toxic or insecure daughter-in-law is the one who is cooking and planning for your meals when you come over instead of ordering out like your son suggested. Your toxic daughter-in-law is the one who has taught your son all the things that he needed to learn to to treat women really well. Your toxic daughter-in-law is the one who plans all the outings, who plans all the work for Christmas, for Thanksgiving, Eid, whatever it is. What insecure mother-in-laws also don't realize is that your toxic daughter-in-law was the one that wanted to build a friendship with you that was based off of knowing you, not off of the relationship that we have gotten legally as mother-in-law, daughter-in-law. Your toxic daughter-in-law is the one that prioritizes seeing all the families because she knows that when your son argues with you, you are gonna believe that it's on her, that she's the one who's training him. Your toxic daughter-in-law is also the one that gets blamed every time your son finally says what he's been dying to say for all years. It's also your daughter-in-law that's trying to build a good relationship between your son and yourself by teaching him the essential communication skills that he needs.
Stop calling a man that you dating siblings and friends, sis and bro. The mama done seen a bunch of females before you and she gonna see a bunch of females after you if y'all ever end. The brother, the same one that'll be quick to put him on another bitch the moment that y'all get into it. The sister, the same fake ass hoe that still hang with some of the exes and still consider him his family because you know he dip off with him from time to time. Moral of the story is his family is not your family. And their loyalty only lies with him. And the messed up part about it is the mother and sister know exactly what it feel like to get done wrong by a man, but will sit and watch the son take another woman through it. So unless you know that they're unbiased and that they're loyal, don't tell them nothing and keep your fucking distance. Free game, ladies.
And that was some good game too, because she definitely ain't lying.
The most difficult transition for a man to make when he gets married is from obedient child to patriarch of his own family. It's a hell of a psychological change. You don't think about the fact that protection that you're supposed to be providing your wife with may include defending your wife from your family that you grew up with. I mean, a lot of us are mentally trained to protect the bloodline. However, with you becoming the mother of his child, there needs to be a complete shift. It's now cutoff day. A lot of men talk about legacy, but don't realize that it begins with the vessel in which your legacy comes through. Women are the legacy keepers. When they look up your DNA, they go through the woman. They're going to go through your mother. So we become fathers and husbands in rank, but not necessarily in mind. Make sure you continue to express your need for protection. After that, it's up to him to figure out. But this topic definitely needs more attention.
I totally agree. And I like how you said that about the rank and about the mind, because I do agree with that. Some men, they may know like, okay, this is where I am within my relationship with my woman, but in their mind, they're still their mother's son, they're still that child, they're still attached to their family. So they don't understand that. They know that a man's supposed to, leave his family and cleave to his wife and build a family there, but he still has that I don't want to say toxic, but yeah, I feel like it's kind of like a toxic dependency to still want to be attached to your family, knowing that you have your own family at home that you should be building with. So, and it's nice to hear a man's perspective on that. And I really appreciate his input and just, bringing that to light as far as, the change in the ring, but not the change in the mind. That does make a lot of sense.
Never settle with anyone whose family don't accept you. If the family of the guy or the lady don't accept you, please don't force yourself into marriage. It will be the beginning of your trouble. That unresolved rejection will be the beginning of troubles in your marriage. And please, never be fooled to think that because somebody loves you, that the person will automatically reject their family. Even if the person rejects the family now, later, you and the person will quarrel one day. You will have disagreement. During that moment of disagreement, the person will feel lonely. And the person will now remember that, hey, if I'm in good terms with my family, at least I can call them, right? The person who rejected the family to connect with you will reconnect with their family. Then the person will begin to tell them how terrible you are.
Don't I know it? And I just want to say something about that. That is definitely a clear sign to know that your partner's family don't like you, because 9 times out of 10, especially if they went from talking to you, communicating with you, being nice to you, to all of a sudden now they're not speaking to you, they don't, interact with you at all, or even if they do interact with you, you can tell that the energy is off. That's because he definitely been bad mouthing you. He's been going back and whining and crying and saying, "Oh, she did this to me. She did that to me. She said this to me. She said that to me. She don't respect me as a man." And they just eating it up. But I was going to say, you can't fully fault them. You can't blame them because they don't know you. They don't know your heart. All they know is him. And, it's easy to manipulate your family and have them thinking that you're in the right because they know you. Like, it's like basically like you're a stranger to them. So they would definitely believe their family over a stranger. But what I would say in that situation is don't break your neck to try to explain to anyone who you are. Because honestly, if they truly cared about you, if they really want to build a relationship with you, even though it's not their business, but they would, if they really did care or want to build a relationship with you, if anything, they would check in with you. See if you're okay, see how you're doing, and even, maybe try to help you guys to what word am I looking for? To help you guys to be able to mediate. That's the word I was looking for. But to mediate the situation. But no. And that's how, to me, that make me feel like, honestly, like, they really didn't care for me from the beginning. But, to me, I have my own family. So if someone else's family don't like me or don't see what great of a person I am, then, oh well, they're lost. But I have my own family, my own people that love me. So it is what it is.
The narcissist has morphed into you, and this is why the family don't like you. This is why the mother, the brother, the sister, the father, they got little side jokes because, listen, they already know that the narcissist ain't about shit. And so they're thinking she must be, or he must be using them because what would they want in that demon? They know, you don't know. That narcissist has become who you are. Okay? And this is why they laugh like you. They got the same mannerisms as you now, right? Look, you fell in love with yourself. I'm telling you right now, when they move on to the new supply, that new supply is falling in love with you, not the narcissist, because that narcissist doesn't have their own sense of being. Pay attention to what I'm telling you. And this is why that family has a problem with you. They don't like you. They know that narcissist ain't about nothing. I'm telling y'all, get out of there. Please, you guys. Y'all deserve better.
Definitely deserve better. I did add a few mama's boy videos in here because, to be honest, I feel like when it's a mama's boy, that's when the mother really don't like you. And, this video is not just only about mothers not liking you, but, just different family members. But I think that when you're dealing with a man, the mother is like, high ranking. So if the mother don't like you, that can cause the rest of the family to not like you as well. And the fact that when men are mama's boys, that's an easy way for not only the mother to not like you, but also maybe the siblings and other family members to not like you as well.
I've always had this thing where I am never going to compete with your mom. So if I'm dating a person or if I'm in a relationship with a person, there should be no competition with your mom. Your mom is in a separate category. She is priority in and of itself. However, once you have a partner, your partner also takes priority as well, right? And so if I feel like you're being a little too dependent or not as self-sufficient as I would want you to be, where you're relying on your mom to cook, to clean, to do laundry, etc., I just don't think that's a good sign, because that's foreshadowing how it can potentially carry over into our relationship. And I'm not here to be your maid. I'm here to be your equal. And so that just doesn't sit right with me. And
his mother doesn't like you. because you remind her of a woman that she could never be. Let me cook for a second. His mother does not like you. His mother is not willing to accept you because you remind her of all of the other women that she could never be like. You're independent. You're strong. You have a man of your own that loves you and that is fully for you, and she can't accept you, and she'll be open to accepting the chick with lesser because she feels equal or greater than the other chick that she can manipulate because the other woman needs her. So that's why she'll continuously let the ex come around. That's why she'll continuously let the other girlfriends come around that don't have shit, because they have one thing in common. They both aren't shit. They've never had shit. And misery loves company. Bitterness loves company. Unsuccessfulness loves company. You're too successful. You're too grown. You're too pretty. You're too outgoing for her. So she'll never be happy for your relationship with her son because she knows that deep down inside, she can't measure up with you, and she fears being replaced by you. And that's because she's not a grown woman. A real woman would be happy that her son found an amazing woman. But she can't be happy for you because she's not happy for herself. So instead of loving you like the daughter that you are, she chooses to make you an enemy. She chooses to make you somebody lesser because she can't stand herself. Am I lying?
No, you're not lying, bro.
A man's whole family will hate you, even though he's the one that did you wrong. Oh my.
His family hates you for a few reasons. The first reason is because he does this thing called triangulation. If this man is a narcissist and abuser, you're not going to find out until the end of the relationship collapse and implodes, and then all the dirt comes out. You're going to find out who is in the darkness helping him behind the scenes to abuse you and disrespect you, and they're also helping him to cover up his cheating. But the reason his family doesn't like you is because he's been gossiping about you the entire time you was with him. He's behind your back telling all y'all business every time y'all get in a fight. He's running to his mom, his sister, his daddy, his brother, his uncle. He might even throw some lies in there and say that he suspects you're cheating on him when you're not. He's cheating. And he's paranoid in his head because, you know, he knows he's doing you wrong, but he's projecting, and he's just going to automatically assume that you're doing the same thing. And he's going to tell his family that he suspects you're cheating. And the thing is, they know he's cheating on you. They know the side chick, or if he's sleeping with an ex-wife, an ex-baby mama, the family knows he's cheating on you for sure. And they're going to help him cover that up. So one of the reasons why his family dislikes you is because he's steady behind your back, running his mouth about you to them. And the reason that he's doing that is because he knows eventually you're going to find out that he's cheating on you. He's going to sabotage the relationship and blame you for it. And he's going to need a bunch of people to support his actions. Even though he knows he's going to be the cheater, he's going to destroy the relationship, he needs a bunch of people on his side to come against you when you find out the truth. So by keeping his family in position to back him up, that's his army, that's his cult. Even though he's wrong, they're going to back him. Just look at it as a demonic cult of snakes. This is all very wicked and demonic, and don't worry, God sees everything. God's going to remove you up out of that situation, and they're all going to turn on each other once you remove yourself. Another reason why his family does not like you is because once you find out that he's cheating and you cannot tolerate the abuse any longer, and you make a conscious decision to cut him off, now they're going to be mad because he's going to be abusive towards them. You were the scapegoat that he was abusing, and now he has to figure out who he can turn that anger and frustration on. His family does not want to deal with him. His mama does not want to deal with him. His sister, they don't, because he will cuss them out and he will turn on them. You was the one keeping him off of them, okay? That's why they want him with a dumb, weak woman, so that the dumb, weak woman can take the abuse, so his family doesn't have to deal with his bullshit or his abusive behavior. So with you out the picture, they've got to help him, you know, either it's the new side chick, and it usually is, he's going to turn on the new woman. The side chick becomes the new girlfriend, the new wife. He's going to turn that anger on his family and the new woman. Okay? And the fact that you're standing your ground and standing your boundaries and you will not take him back, it's going to make him more angrier. That's why he uses the new woman, the side chick that knew all about you. She's now become your replacement, the new woman. She's going to cyber stalk you and harass you because he's trying to get back with you.
Girl, you
or
can
he's
have
trying to
him.
turn you into a side chick who will continue to allow him access so that he can sleep with you and control you. But if you're not cooperating, it's going to frustrate him. He's going to take that anger out on his new woman and his family members, okay? Because he's never going to look in the mirror and take accountability. He has to always blame someone, somebody. He's going to turn on the people closest to him. So never, never, when you catch that man cheating and you get fed up of the abuse, when I say you leave and don't look back, when I tell you to block his family, when I tell you to block the mutual friends, block anyone connected to this man, I don't care if you've built a bond with his children, your stepchildren. Those are not your biological children, and he will, in fact, use those children, his kids that he has with another woman, he will use them to stay in touch with you, to keep tabs on you, to spy on you, to work on your heartstrings. You're the stepmommy. We love you. No, he's going to play on your heartstrings and use his children, especially if they're teenagers or adults. They're going to be just as manipulative, and he's going to use them to stay connected to you, to keep tabs on you, to pull you back in. If you stay connected to his mama, she's a manipulator, liar, con artist. She knows the side chicks. She knows who he's sleeping with, but still she'll call you up after the breakup and try to guilt trip you. Come on, baby, come on back. My son didn't mean that. You know the family love you. I put up with it with his father. His father cheated on me and I still kept my family together. You have to cut his family off. They are toxic. They are demonic. They are incredibly dysfunctional. And he turned out abusive because that's how they trained him. That's how they taught him. He's not the only abuser and womanizer and cheater in his family. There's a string of it, and you best believe, do not trust his family. They don't like you because they envy you, your power, your strength to walk away from the abuse, something that they'll never do because they all abuse each other. And they hate you because he's been talking about you like a dog behind your back. You're not the weak, dysfunctional, toxic person. You're the total opposite of the women in his family, and you're not the piece of shit weak woman that the men in his family are used to having. They want a weak woman that they could cheat on and walk all over. You're not that girl. So they're going to hate you for multiple reasons. Don't worry about it. Disassociate, block them all, and move on. God will bless you and level you up in their faces. He'll just bounce from woman to woman, repeating those same behaviors. God bless y'all.
That was hot. Very hot. Yeah, I really like that lady. She be spitting fire. And to be honest, I can relate to a lot of the things that she said. Not every single thing, but actually I can relate to a lot of things that all of these creators are saying. And the bottom line is, once you peep it, that the family don't like you or treat you a certain type of way, you just got to make sure that you act accordingly. But never, ever, 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 ever try to change who you are just to appease them. Never, ever, ever, ever. I don't usually curse. I try not to curse, but I have to be very stern when I say this. Don't kiss their ass. Don't kiss nobody ass. Okay? It's not for you to do that. You still remain who you are. Remain the strong, steadfast, level-headed, hold your head up high person that you are. And don't give in to that. Because if you give in to it, that's what it's going to be the whole time. So, if his mom don't like you, okay, still stand your ground. Don't bow down to her just because she don't like you. If the sisters don't like you, if the dad don't like you, the cousins don't like you, that's their problem. But do not, I repeat, do not kiss their ass. Don't do it.
Learn the signs to when people do not like you. I'm talking to intimate relationships, friendships. Learn when the people do not like you. And I know it's just a dagger to your ego to think that somebody does not like you, but People walk around this earth that do not vibe with your vibe, okay? They don't like you. They don't like your energy. They don't like how you look. They don't like nothing about you, and that is okay. And guess what? Sometimes it's the people that's laying right next to you in bed. Sometimes it's the people that you call your friends. Sometimes it's your coworkers. Everything will be okay, but the first thing you got to do is learn that then people do not like you. And I know, like, you could be with someone and think they really go up for you. I've been gagged plenty of times. Gagged when I realized somebody didn't like me, but it's okay. My life did not end. Just learn to know when people do not like you. Learn the signs. Learn from past experiences. When someone does not like you, they cannot hide it. It's in their spirit. And sometimes we just write it off as like, oh, they're having a bad day. Oh, they're going through something at work. Oh, this is going on. Oh, that's going on. Oh, well, I did say. No, they flat out just don't like you. They don't like you, boo.
Period. All right. So the moral of the story is they don't like you, like I said before, but it's good to know that you're not alone. So I know I've been in a couple of relationships where in the beginning I thought that the person that I was with, that their family liked me, and then just being human, I feel like it does hurt a little bit to find out when someone doesn't like you, especially when you haven't done anything wrong to them. But I just, really want you to understand that it's not you, it's them. It's not your fault or your problem. And at the end of the day, like I said, a lot of times they don't like you because that person that you are with, they don't know how to manage an adult relationship, because if they did, then they will automatically know that what happens in your home stays in your home. Just really quickly, I just want to say, so I was talking to my brother and his wife last night, and one thing that it's funny that I'm even doing this video, because I was just telling them last night, I was like, you guys, if you guys are having an issue, nobody would ever know. My brother, he does not, I swear, my brother, he does not come and he does not talk to us about anything that's going on in his marriage, and neither does his wife. So honestly, if they are beefing, we don't know about it. But that's what a marriage is. They've been married for over 15 years. But yeah, because their kids, one of their daughters, just their oldest daughter turned 21 that they have together. But long story short, that's a real marriage, a real relationship, when they learn how to coexist and figure out things amongst themselves. Because when you're an adult and you're in an adult relationship, especially when you get to that point in your relationship where you're like, you want to get engaged, you want to get married and things like that, you really have to do a lot of transition. And then one of the transitions is to, move from, that close knit. Well, I'm not gonna say close knit because it's okay to be close with your family, but move from being that one that go to your family and tell them everything, and tell your spouse everything. That's what they're for. They're your helpmate. You guys are partners, so you should be working things out as partners together. There's no reason why you should be going to your mother, telling your mother everything, going to your dad, telling your dad everything, going to your cousin and telling your cousin everything, because a relationship is supposed to be sacred. A marriage is supposed to be sacred. So that's something that you guys are supposed to deal with one another. So if you do find yourself in a relationship and you feel like, at first you were okay with the family, then all of a sudden they started acting weird, that's because of him, and that's a definite red flag. And to be honest, if you allow that type of behavior to continue, what do you think a marriage is going to be like with that person? It's not going to be any better, and 9 times out of 10 it's probably going to be worse. So those boundaries need to be set from the beginning. And if that person does not learn how to set those boundaries, if they don't want to set those boundaries, then a conversation needs to be had. Something needs to happen, something needs to change. Don't get into, because I would never tell you guys nothing that I don't know or that I haven't done, but I know now, don't get into a marriage if things were already bad from the beginning. So this was a really good topic of conversation. I really enjoyed this, and I hope you guys enjoyed it too. If you did, please subscribe, leave me a like, a follow, share, and let's talk more about this down in the comments. I would love to hear what you guys have to say, because I know that, you know, myself and the people in this video, I know we're not the only person who dealt with this type of situation. So tell me your stories down in the comments. I'm pretty sure that some of you guys have dealt with maybe the sisters not liking you, the cousins not liking you, or people acting weird towards you. Let's talk about it, and let's, you know, grow together. Once again, I am your local TT Rosie. Oh, I didn't even introduce myself in the beginning, but yeah, I'm TT Rosie. Thank you so much for joining. It's been a pleasure kicking it with you guys. And this is GlowUp Girlie. Have a great day. Bye. Mwah.